I'm just really proud of the Japanese team and all the players. Some of the players didn't even play in the game, and that's what it takes to build a really good team. I'd like to thank all of the fans that have been a massive support for us, directly in the stadiums, indirectly in and around the hotels. Just everywhere we look, everything we hear, there's just loads of support, and the players understood that, and that really helped us. Sometimes in a big tournament like that, the home advantage can work against us, but our fans have been absolutely fantastic, and I really like to thank them for their support. Before we'll take questions, really is the last 5 minutes of that test match for me really pictures the type of team this is. A team that when we're down by 20, I don't even know what the score was, but it's 20-odd points. The never die attitude, and the ability to keep on getting up. Guys have got broken ribs in there. Guys have come back off the bench because of injuries. Just that willingness to just never lay down is something that I'm incredibly proud of as their coach. And that's the sort of thing that will help us go forward after the World Cup all finishes. Very proud.
Thank you, Jamie. First question, please.
Leitch リーチキャプテンお願いします。勝てませんでした。今のお気持ちはどうでしょうか。そしてこの日本代表のチームはどんなチームなのか。このワールドカップはどんな大会だったでしょうか。
正直な気持ちは本当に、このチームのキャプテンとして本当に誇りに思っています。3年前、ジェイミーはじめこのチームワンチームを作り上げてきて本当に努力してきて、勝つために全てのことをやってきました。で今日の試合でもう全てやってきて、今日は本当に南アフリカは素晴らしかった。南アフリカの、もう強みであることをスクラム、モールでもう徹底的にやってきて、それでも、80分まで戦い続けたこと、このチームの強さ、でもこのチームのキャプテン、やってきて本当に誇りに思っています。で、多くのファン、多くのサポーターにもう心から感謝したいと思います。
Jamie, can I just ask what's next for Japanese rugby? Where would you like to see it go, and what's next for yourself?
Oh, crikey, I did a beer. I can't tell you anything about what's next. I know that Japanese rugby is in a good place now. It's important that we, it's like every rugby team really, isn't it? You create a good team. We've got some experienced players. We brought Tomo back in. Tomo's 37, 38, and they had a wealth of experience, particularly at tournaments like this, and being able to pass that on to younger players. Our starting lock, Jimmy Moores, came over as a club rugby player, and it's taken a bit of time to develop, and now he's in the big arena there, you know. So I think that's the type of development that's happened in Japan. The younger Japanese players that have come through, that we've been able to bring through, is the future for Japanese rugby. For me, I'm just going to really celebrate the efforts and the achievements of this team. It's been a lot of work by a lot of people, and it's been relentless. And I know I've said this before, it's I have to pay all of the credit to a team effort, because that's what we are. It's how we operate as a coaching group. That's how we've operated between the players and the coaches, and that is why we've achieved. And so you can't really acknowledge one particular person or two particular people, because it's been a real effort, and the country behind us has just added to that.
Next question. At the back.
毎日新聞の谷口と言います。リーチキャプテン、 今日負けはしましたが、今日本の全国の人が、ラグビーに注目してラグビーを語るようになりました。で初めて決勝トーナメントにも進んで、今ある気持ちは、充実感、満足感なのか、それとはまた違った感情なのか教えてください。
満足感はないです。ただね、このチームでプレーしたことを、誇りに思います。もう正直な組み道はそこです。満足とか不満足とかないです。
日経新聞の谷口です。リーチキャプテンにお伺いします。最後グラウンド上で円陣を組んだ時に選手にいろいろ何か話していましたが、何と声をかけたんでしょうか。
下向く時間も必要ない。もう胸張って、あとはこのチームを作ってキャプテンとして誇りに持っている選手一人一人も誇りに思うべき。今後の、態度や、姿が本物に見せることが大事。
フリーランスの向井と言います。ジョセフさんにお伺いします。ゲーム中のメンバーチェンジについて伺いたいんですけれども、早い段階で田村さんと稲垣さんを交代して石塁さんと松田さんを出したところと、あと田中史明さんを出すタイミングというのもすごく考えるところだったと思うんですが、そのあたりについて聞かせてください。
Yeah, I came with Tamara. He's most probably got a broken rib. He did it early in the game. He guts it out. We looked at it at half time. And I guess when South Africa snuck ahead another 3 points, I'm not sure what the score was at the time, then we really had to push a button to decide whether to bring him up and bring Ricky on. He's a slightly different type of athlete. He's got a running game and the passing game a little bit different to Tamura. So we felt we needed to, I guess, chance our arm a little bit if we were going to stay. And that's the reason for Ricky and the Tamura son. He's very sore now. So it's probably been the right decision. Inagaki, he took a really heavy hit and he slightly strained his hamstring. So, yeah, nothing special. The attrition rates out there, we could all, it was evident that was very physical. It was always going to be a very physical test match because we were playing South Africa and they pride themselves on the physical side of the game, and so we knew that was coming. There's some pretty sore boys next door.
共同通信の小海です。キャプテン、南アフリカ実際に戦ってみて、今回ノートライに終わりました。実力の差っていつかまた勝てるチャンスがあると思える負けの内容でしたか、それとも少し相手が強すぎたという印象でしょうか。
相手が強すぎてた感じではなくて、相手がもう自分で南アフリカにとっての強み、ほぼ 100% 出せたこと、自分たちがそれに対して、対応できずって感じでした。
On the left.
Jamie, could you just give us your thoughts on the decision to award a yellow card in the first half, and how different might it have been had he gone for a red card at that point?
Well, for me it was a yellow card. It's pretty simple. Lifted the guy up and jumped him on his head, so that's a yellow. And sometimes 50% of the time I would say it'd be a red, so that would have changed the game for sure, because that would have put the team under pressure, and I thought they did really well. It's credit to South Africa that we didn't concede any points when they were off. They did use a bit of energy, and at the end of that first half, we just needed to get a few more points, to be honest. We just needed to keep a little bit ahead of them, keep our confidence high. At half-time we came up, knocked the ball on, and then we turned the ball over, and so it was a really rubbishy start for us because we wanted to start really well, and then, South African ability to squeeze and strangle a team, obviously that was us coming to fore. So that was that was a missed moment, and there was plenty of opportunities that we created to create momentum and pressure from us, but we didn't capitalise on those at the right time, and again, that's because South Africa was very strong, particularly on defence.
Jimmy, congratulations. From the stands, sometimes it felt like South African players, some of them were nearly on the brink, but they kept the composure. How can you explain that? And do you still consider speed can beat power?
Yep, absolutely. But the game of rugby is quite simply we've got to be able to create speed first, and we rely on our set pieces when teams make mistakes, and we go to scrum or line out, and then we've got to be able to get quality ball. And again, a credit to South Africa because they were able to snuff us out, and there was only one pass away from and sometimes breaking them open. But I thought also their scramble defence was outstanding. So like we've had a bit of luck. We've played really well in the previous 4 or so games. South Africa was another step up. You've got to take your head off. A very good rugby team.
Up front.
Yeah, Jamie, it's often said that rugby's only for the big men, but there were some pretty outstanding performances there today. I mean, Matsushima Fukuoka in defence, obviously the man of the match as well, wasn't the biggest player on the field. I mean, how important is that in terms of developing Japanese rugby and inspiring young kids, that those guys who are out there proving themselves on the field today?
I think you're right, Richard. I think that the players and the brand of rugby that we've been playing all year really is inspiring. The only difference is that everyone's watching us now, as opposed to when we were playing the PNC. The rugby actually hasn't changed. The opposition has changed. The pressure's changed. The tournament is obviously the World Cup, and now there's been an audience that's created a lot of noise for the team, and in that respect, with regards to promoting the game for young Japanese kids, is ideal, I guess, would be the right word.
A question to both of you. You were asked earlier about the future of Japanese rugby and where it goes next. You talked about the players, but in terms of the bigger picture and fixtures against Tier 1 teams, the Sunwolves and competitions and that sort of thing, how does Japanese rugby grow from here, the platform it's got?
Look, I haven't put any thought into that, but where we're different from other countries is our players aren't professionally contracted to the team. So if you look at the All Blacks, you look at South African players, they all get paid to play for South Africa, and then they go and play for their clubs, and they come back and they're getting paid to play for South Africa. And that's different in Japan, which is why it's always hard to maintain consistency and selection in the team. But those questions that you're posing really need to be asked to my bosses. I'm just the coach, and my job is to get the guys ready off the field, on the field, to be able to play rugby like we've been playing.
I guess there needs to be I don't know. Probably a question for the guys up top, but if you're asking me, I think the restructure of the university system, top league, so it's a pyramid. So there's universities wanting to make Japanese players, company teams want to make Japanese players, and the Japanese players want to make Japanese players want to play for Japan. So if we can get that, then we can.
Well, I think what the story for me is the evident there's good rugby players here, and if we can put the right system in place, then this team is just going to keep on growing.
Okay. One last question, gentleman in the middle. Yes, gentleman in the middle. This will be the last question.
NHK の中村です。今の、ジェイミーヘッドコーチにお伺いしますが、今の答えと少しかぶってしまうかもしれませんけども、この3年間日本代表を指導されて、日本の選手の一番どういうところが変わって、さらにジェイミーヘッドコーチはさらにこの日本代表を強くすることが可能だとお考えでしょうか。
I'm not sure I can put it down to one or two things, and I know it's not just me. I know 100% it was just not one person that was responsible for helping and developing this rugby team. There was a lot of people involved. But I would say that our mentality has changed, and with our mentality changing, then that creates a whole new level of confidence and belief in what we're doing and what we can do against other teams in any situation. I believe as a coach the biggest gift you can give your players is belief, and it's just how you go about doing that. And then they go over and just play rugby and believe in themselves and believe in each other, and it just sort of snowballs, and that's what my job is alongside all the other coaches. So I think we're in good stead. We've just got to keep on going. Arigato.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Stay where you are. South Africa are not far away.